Hey, what's up? It is Joey Little, your social little man with the daily. We try to do these daily. I try to do these daily. I think they're very fun to do on my end. Like also getting a lot of feedback from you that are watching on the Facebook Live and also listening to the podcast. So today we're going to be discussing a little bit about online reviews, and a little bit of inspiration behind this is from a book that I'm rereading. Hello, Lizelle, coming in. Thanks everybody for joining the Facebook Live. Before we get started, just like every time, I've got to mention, if you're not part of the Facebook Live, if you're listening to this on the podcast, just go to facebook.com/social little man. Do a follow there, and you'll be able to watch the Facebook Lives because the interaction is where it's at, seeing what people are saying. So yeah, facebook.com/social little man. And yeah, so we get started. So I've been reading, actually, I'm lying. I'm not reading. Somebody's reading it to me. So I have a nice 45-minute commute here in Kansas City. Thank you, Arnold, coming in. Already with the side jabs, but that's good. But I've been listening to How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie, old book. If anybody out there, you got to check it out. Thanks, Daniel, for joining. What's cracking? What's crack-a-lackin', as they used to say when I was younger. And it sounds just as dumb now as it did then. But anyway, so Dale Carnegie, How to Win Friends and Influence People. Been listening to it, a lot of good things in there. If you're in sales, if you're in any kind of position where you deal with the public or deal with people, actually it's for anybody. So check it out. A little dated. I know there's a new one that's come out, How to Win Friends and Influence People in the Digital Age. But it just got me to thinking, because here in January, at the end of January, at the NADA conference, for all you auto dealers out there, the National Auto Dealers Association conference coming up, I was selected to speak a couple different times, 3 different times, on how to accept complaints, or how to take them and how to turn them around and really do good with online reviews. What review sites to look at, what you should have claimed, et cetera, how to respond to negative reviews. And I started thinking, how would Dale Carnegie? Because when Dale Carnegie wrote his book, there was no such thing as the internet. As Arnold just said, he quoted Dale Carnegie would say, "What does online mean?" It's the title of this is what would Dale Carnegie say about online reviews, negative online reviews. A lot of good points in there when it comes. And I think everybody does their session 3 times. Thanks, Arnold. Appreciate it. Are you doing your session 3 times? No, I'm sorry. See, you're digging at me. I got to dig back at you. This is what's fun about the Facebook Live. You can jump in, facebook.com/social little man. So first of all, if you're not responding to online reviews, it doesn't matter if you're in the automotive industry, if you're outside the automotive industry, whatever vertical you're in, it is absolutely necessary to respond to reviews that are online. So what are the most important reviews that are online? What are the most important? I could if I wanted to, Arnold. Okay. What is the most important review sites that you think that you should have at least your eye on, a claim, get it claimed, get it set? Across the board, everybody except for one business in automotive retail, all of them agree that Google is number one. Google is the number one place that you should have online review, where you focus a lot of your attention to drive reviews to Google. If you don't have your Google listing claimed, your Google local business, then you're missing out quite a bit. Thanks, Brad, for joining, especially while you're deer hunting right now. But Google is number one. There is other businesses out there, or one other business in our vertical that says that it's not number one, and it's whatever company is paying them at the time to say that they're the number one spot. Other places for reviews, and I'm talking restaurants, I'm talking car dealerships, anything and everything, hotels. A lot of their business is driving off reviews. And this is one other vertical, or one other place that people don't realize. What you don't know, it's what you don't know. So if you've got a general manager, an owner of a business that is not paying attention to reviews and doesn't think that it's affecting them at all, they're not going to think it's going to affect them, because they don't know what bottom dollar is. They have no idea how much business they're losing because of that. Arnold brings up a great vertical, or a great medium now, which is Facebook. Facebook taking a hard line to try to kill Yelp. They're trying to kill Yelp. They're trying to make Facebook reviews more top of mind. They are showing up on first page SERP. But what are you doing right now to not only monitor what reviews you're getting, but what are you doing to collect or to encourage your customers to leave you reviews online. And I don't care if you're selling cars. I don't care if you're selling candy canes. You have to be in a situation where there is the follow-up with a customer to get them to leave you some positive feedback. Absolutely. It's a very big thing for consumers reading. At least I think when it comes to car dealerships, it's between 6 to 8 reviews that they read. Brad Paschal says, I wonder if Facebook is recruiting for the Yelp war. I'm in. Lizelle says Facebook reviews are important because it's a social medium of instant feedback. Got to be on top of that one. Absolutely. Podium is freaking awesome. That's a third-party vendor when it comes to that. I'm not going to lie right now. I'm just going to say that AutoAlert does have an amazing program, an amazing product, software product that does great things in the automotive industry, in the automotive retail industry when it comes to monitoring for your name online and also getting your customers to leave you feedback at the important sites. The way we do it is more based off of where the customer is logged into and also what kind of email address they're using. So we're not going to push somebody who's logged into Google and push them over to Yelp or push them to cars.com. But what would Dale Carnegie say about responding to those negative reviews? Lizelle, if you have no idea, these entire Facebook Lives and podcasts are 100% sponsored by AutoAlert. I've got AutoAlert. Can it sing Funky Cold Medina? Arnold. Yeah, it's good. I love it when Arnold's dipping in the bourbon on certain things. But what would Dale Carnegie say to handling negative reviews online? The number one request that I get from dealers, the number one, I guess, strategy that I hear from dealers, besides the fact that they just ignore them, is to delete them. And there could be nothing more wrong than that. Nothing absolutely more wrong than just deleting reviews that are online or trying to delete those online. Dale Carnegie says that we have to make sure that the other person corrects themselves. We cannot argue with a customer. You cannot argue with a customer because you're just going to dump more gas on the fire. It comes down to the fact that a customer has the ability to have passion, not the ability, but has the passion for what they have to think that they've been wronged, to think that they've been screwed, to think that they've been bamboozled, et cetera, et cetera. And the automotive industry on the retail side for years and years, years has been going on is it's just naturally assumed that somebody's going to get bamboozled by a salesperson when they're buying a car. So once they do feel, or if they feel like they've got proof that they have been bamboozled or screwed, it is becoming easier and easier to put that information online. Absolutely easier and easier. Arnold saying you can't delete reviews. You can on certain sites. You can get rid of reviews. You can do a lot of hiding and things like that. Or if you got companies like Yelp that will hide them for you. But it is possible. Brad Paschal says, I answer them all. It's a chance to make that customer a loyal customer and other customers see that you care. Biggest marketing tool is actually caring. Brad gets it. It comes down to listening to the grievance of a customer. Listening to why they believe that they've gotten popped or screwed or sold something or bait and switch or whatever it is. Listening to it. There's a lot of powerful personalities when it comes to companies and businesses out there, especially small businesses, that people have built their business over and over and over again. Not over again. They built it up and up and up and up. Excuse me. I do get distracted and then I just kind of ramble about something and the wrong words come out. So that's what's so fun about these Facebook Lives. We're back on the Facebook group talk again. I love the Facebook Live, facebook.com/social-little-man. But we have a lot of passion coming also from the business, from the ownership, principal, whoever's in charge, general manager who's been there and worked there, 10 hours a day, 12 hours a day, 14 hours a day to build this business, and to get a negative review to come in. It can really, really set them off and make them very defensive and also start to justify. Lizelle says they're listening to why they loved it. Doesn't mean that it has to be a negative before we pay attention. It's true. It's true, too. We pay attention. I do see a lot of reviews that go online that do get responses back from businesses, only for the negative ones. I don't see a lot of responses coming back for the positive ones. It doesn't seem to be there. So what would Dale Carnegie do? I think that Joey, can you talk softer? You're scaring all the deer. Brad Paschal down in Texas is listening while he's deer hunting, so we're going to have to whisper a little bit here. No, I'm not going to whisper. So Dale Carnegie would say to listen to the grievance. Dale Carnegie would say to not immediately become defensive online when responding back. Dale Carnegie would say to put yourself in a situation where how can you make the customer feel right, that their grievance is being heard, that they're not crazy, that they think they're being screwed. Now, am I saying that every negative review that comes in is actual 100%, a grievance? Or are there some trolls out there? There's some absolute trolls that are on the internet, which we've spoke. If you go back in the archives of these videos, if you're on the YouTube, on the YouTubers, you can see that we've talked about what trolls are online. Trolls are just people that are trying to cause a ruckus, an emotional response to something. And definitely there is a lot of trolls that are online that will write negative reviews. The worst thing that I see, and this has happened a few times, and I think it's completely, the word I'm using for, let me just give you an example. So the dentist that apparently, a year ago, 2 years ago, man, it could have been longer than that. Remember the dentist that went hunting in Africa and killed apparently the Zimbabwe lion? Did you see what happened to his Yelp? What happened to his Google? What happened to his review sites online? This is something personal that he did in his own life, and he got destroyed by people that never did business with him ever. Never did any business with him. The same as when I saw what's the really angry chef's name? Ramsey? Yeah, Cecil the Lion. Brad comes in. Yeah, he died along with that event. I'm kind of back and forth here. So the thing with Gordon Ramsay is he used to have the kitchen nightmares. Apparently down in Phoenix, Arizona, or in that area, there was a lady and a man that were married. They treated their employees like dog crap. They didn't pay them well. They were very, very abusive, et cetera, et cetera. When that aired and they kicked Gordon Ramsay out during the show or something like that, and he finally aired it, is that people from all over the country went to Facebook, went to Google, went to Yelp, and just laid into them with 1-star reviews. Is it fair? No. Do I believe that you actually have to be a patron of a business? Absolutely. And everybody, it's said on every site out there. But there are trolls that will come in and do that. There are trolls that will not do business with you, but get offended by something maybe you've put out on social media through your business account, or somebody that works for you put out through social, that will still come in and troll you hard. Troll you really hard. So how do you handle that? It's a good point. You can catch my sessions at NADA, January 26th in New Orleans, or we can talk about this further. Dale Carnegie says you've got to be the less aggressor. You've got to be the less, this is what I love right now. Did Brad Paschal just call Arnold Tiarina? Oh, he called him a troll. Arnold, you're getting banged up today, brother. You're getting banged up. So when it comes to reviews, your first point of contact is to get some kind of way that's going to alert you that you have new reviews that are online, that are going to let you know that you have a review, whether it's bad or good, on Yelp, on Google, on City Search, on Merchant Circle, on Facebook, et cetera, et cetera. Matt Raymond says, I like when you click a bad review and see whether it's the only bad review that they've ever wrote. That's happened. Absolutely. And that's why Yelp has made a lot of the algorithms that they have, because they had a lot of one-time people coming in and dropping a review and then never using the site again. So they've considered those people that are just, they're not real. They may be real. This is somewhere where they just put one grievance out there. But it happens. And that's why Yelp's algorithm, besides the fact, my own personal opinion, allegedly, they want to make a lot of money. They're a business, right? They want to make money. And there's a way to make money, and that's getting people to pay for it. And users are not, it's not like Angie's List, where you have to pay money to get in there. But Yelp is making the businesses. Are they the best business practices? Absolutely not. But back, I digress about how your strategy should work. Is Arnold making now troll jokes about himself. This is great. If you're not watching the Facebook Live, you're listening to the podcast, watching this on YouTube, make sure you go to facebook.com/sociallittleman. Throw a follow in there. Throw a friend request. It doesn't matter. I'd love to. Isn't Angie's List a dating site? Oh, dang. That is if you want to date plumbers, I guess. Yelp's algorithm, you pay or ads, you get it. So that's, we can get further into Yelp. We can have a full thing about Yelp in the future, give you my 2 cents. I recently re-upped my Yelp account. I killed it for about a year. I was considered a Yelp elite here in Kansas City. I think it was over 200 or over 150, maybe 125. I'm not sure. Different businesses that I use with an average rating at about a 4, 4.2. I'm not one of these trolls that's going to give you a 1 or 2. You've got to do absolutely, you got to like set me on fire at your business for you to get a 1-star review. Just saying. So One, monitoring system. Monitoring. I know there's some small business owners that are in here wondering what to do. How am I supposed to do this? Claim your site on Google. Get that done. Get a monitoring. It'll send you an email. You can use a company like us if you're in automotive. Then we're going to set it up very easy. You're going to get an email all the time when somebody puts something online that mentions you. Simple, easy peasy. Two, develop a strategy to get you more reviews. Develop a strategy to get you more reviews from your customer. Google My Business as a Twitter support. Yes, they do. They also, if you spend a little bit of money, they'll give you some extra support too. That's what we had to do. We had to do it here at Auto Alert. We had a lot of locations claimed and had to get a lot of them combined. So two, is it 2 or 3 right now? Start a strategy that's going to get you more reviews. If you're not reaching out with an email to a customer immediately after you sell them something, if you can get that email, whether it's a good, whether it's a service, get them and push them to where you believe. Yeah, Google Alerts works as well, Kenny. Thanks, Kenny, all the way from Kentucky's in here. Yeah, but get you something, and this just isn't it. And Arnold and I have, we agree on this. I did take LinkedIn out of the factor, Arnold, so you don't have to worry about LinkedIn anymore. But this also works for if you have salespeople that you're working with. In the automotive industry, we have a medium called Dealer Rater, where not only can you rate the dealership that you bought from, but you can also rate the car dealer, the actual person that you bought the vehicle from, the person that you worked with majority of the time. And so not only is that happening, it's happening individually as well. Your employees are being called out on a good side and on a bad side. And if you want to get more reviews for your business, if you have salespeople work for you, if you work on your own, if you do this yourself, it's not really relevant to you. But you have to give some kind of incentive for those salespeople to get their customers to get you a review. Unless you use Auto Alert. Auto Alert, we take care of everything for you. Best review building system, hands down. You can say all you want to say about Podium, but man, ours is smoking hot. It's pretty awesome. It's not outside the automotive retail industry, but what we do is we make sure that every single customer, every single sold customer, and this is what you can do too. You want a long version, you can make this a long version too. You don't have to buy my software that's going to do it for you. You can do it yourself. But every single customer that is sold, or every single customer that goes through your service department, and this is in the automotive field, or every single catering customer that you have, if you're a cook or a chef or caterer, every single client that you have, if you're cutting hair, if you're not collecting that kind of information from your customers, you're missing completely out. Mike Davenport has 325 reviews for himself on Dealer Rater. That's great. Arnold, awesome. You finally contributed to this show today with some positive stuff. Now, if you could come out and let me know, I can't really click on the link, but what's his total review? What's his average review on Dealer Rater? I'd love to know that. Mike Davenport, perfect. But people will Google you and look and see what comes up on first page search results when somebody Googles your business. So all you have to do, go into Google, type in the name of your business, and what's called SERP, first SERP, which is a search engine results page. Look and see what shows up. What review sites show up? It's very. Lizelle says, funny thing is I can't get Auto Alert even if I wanted to. Been trying to get info, but getting stood up. So you can't sing an Auto Alert song to me. Getting banged up again. Dealer on webinar at 11 o'clock with, Brad saying that Mike Davenport does. But absolutely have a way that you're going to get these customers to the right places to leave your reviews. Oh, he's got a 5. Wow, that's good. Arnold's coming back saying that Mike Davenport in the automotive retail industry has a 5 rating. That's pretty spectacular. And he's probably soliciting those. And I say soliciting is a good way. He's probably asking customers to give that. Is that helping out his dealership? Yeah, it's helping out his dealership. But if Mike decides to leave and go somewhere else, he's probably going to take that with him. The dealership has to do their due diligence as well to get those reviews going for them as well. So look yourself up, Google the name of your business, see what comes up. Now we're going to get into it. I was going to go see Lizelle in Iowa, had some personal things that happened. I had to reschedule, but I did not reschedule. No, I'm putting my business out there. Lizelle's leaving in 4 weeks. Maybe I can get something to going. I got to. Hectic. Arnold can tell you. He could speak at NADA. He knows how hectic it is. Burn. So look and see where you're at and find out how those review sites, each one of your sites online should have basically its own personal URL, a URL, and you'll be able to direct traffic there. Easy peasy. It's where you're going to get into difficulty is how to keep the negative ones offline and how to keep the positive ones online. I make money at NADA while you're speaking. Arnold, I make money in my sleep. What are you talking about? Look at this. Just talking smack today. I don't make money in my sleep. I'm sure I do. Oh, I do. I invest. So I guess that doesn't really work. But anyway, back on topic. If you're not handling these reviews, one, here we go. Here's your strategy. One, be able to know when you have new reviews that are online. Two, be a way to solicit to get more reviews online. And three, respond to those reviews, good or bad, just speaking about bad, without being defensive, without being justifying, but being a way that you're listening. It's time to shut up and it's time to listen to your customers. And that's what you have to do. And I believe that's what Dale Carnegie would say on how to win friends and influence people. If you listen to somebody's grievance, a majority of the time, it figures itself out. If you come back battling, now I know it's a troll. If it's a troll, just ignore them. Because normal people, when they listen or they read the reviews, normal people, we're talking about normal people, know the difference between a troll and a customer. And I'll tell you right now, most customers, most consumers will not trust a 5 and do not trust a 1. A 5, they consider, and this is data I can pull where it's from. They believe that a 5 is either somebody that works there, somebody who's related to them, somebody who's just adding. I just looked up, I'm moving in January, mid-January, I just found a place, moving down to the River Market here in Kansas City. If you don't know where it's at, it's downtown. It's beautiful down there. It's great. I went online and I didn't trust the reviews because they were all 5-star reviews. So I had to dig even deeper. I didn't trust it. I didn't. I was like, they got to work there. Or they got to know somebody who works there. So remember that, 1s and 5s, not really trusted. So when you're worried about trolls, you're worried about people saying things, people understand it. People can read and they can tell who's a jerk and who's not. So I hope you got something out of today when it comes to reviews. Remember, reviews also help with SEO. They're helped so you're found more online and claim your sites. If you have any questions about it, you can always email me, joey.little@autoalert.com. Meanwhile, I've got to set up a visit to Iowa. I got to get this going before Lizelle goes on vacation. So everybody have a great day. Keep smiling.